Perhaps the ninth-season crew will go down in history as one of the rare below-deck Mediterranean teams in which no one is let go or quits. However, a few workplace problems might still come in the way before the season finale. After a crew night out, Nathan Gallagher chose to talk to Aesha Scott on the way back and tell her what Ellie Dubaich was saying about her behind her back. Watch the above teaser for Season 9, Episode 17, which premieres on September 23rd. Upon Carrie O'Neill's arrival, Nathan, the chief stew, learned that Ellie felt her efforts on the charters were being overlooked. Ellie should have gone to Aesha instead of the other members of the team, she felt, so she was disappointed to hear the news. In a candid interview, Aesha said, "It's very juvenile to bitch to the boat about how I've been treating her so poorly." Aesha also asserted that Ellie's admission of her feelings to the team indicates that she isn't ready for a more senior leadership position at this time. Aesha stated that she still has a lot of maturing to do if she wants to be head stew. For a time now, the two have been at odds, particularly over Carrie's appearance on the yacht. It was evident at the below-deck Mediterranean after show that they did not reach a compromise over the new employment. Aesha stated that there were other instances where she thought the second stew was abusing her power by giving Carrie and Bry Muller instructions, despite Ellie's contention that she did follow her boss's instructions. Additionally, Aesha mentioned in previous episodes that she didn't think Ellie was performing her job and that she was more concerned with hanging out with the staff. But Ellie wasn't buying it. "I don't like how I am being treated, therefore I feel like I need to check out for a short while." Aesha stated in an episode confessional, "I completely understand that she wants the highest yacht standards, but the way she is going about it, she is achieving the opposite effect." The teaser for episode 17 also reveals how tight things are getting in Bry Muller and Joe Bradley's relationship. Bry, who had previously hooked up with Joe in the middle of a love triangle with Ellie, found it annoying to be seated directly next to Joe and Carrie, who were flirting with one another, on the journey back to the boat. She cried in her confessional, "It's not a problem that they're flirting. It's just a problem that they're doing it in front of me." She had previously met with Joe and received his guarantee that he would never again place her in an environment that would make her feel foolish. By the time the van journey was ended, Bry was furious at Joe and Carrie for what they had done, and she didn't hold back. This is the final episode of Below Deck Mediterranean Season 9. Yes, we're on the penultimate episode, which is also referred to as the one in which nothing occurs at all since the editors are keeping everything noteworthy for the conclusion next week. Bravo just revealed the return of Below Deck Sailing Yacht, the next series in the franchise, following the conclusion of Below Deck Med. The press release from Bravo announces the return of Captain Glenn, Daisy, and Gary Yuck. However, Gary was not included at all in the teaser that aired during the commercials. Is that as a result of the rumors around what transpired in Season 4? Unfortunately, Gary is in this longer trailer. The rest seems amusing, from a nude person falling on Glenn to Drag Race veteran Detox on board as a guest. But I just don't know if I can handle a season of that fucking dude. So, hopefully, it shrinks him, and he has to swim to shore. That begins on October 7th. We're going to kick off the last charter today with Stacey Jennings and her husband Brad Driver, who you might recognize from Below Deck Down Under. I hardly will. I hardly did. Is it asking too much to ask some visitors who are intoxicated to toss a chair into the lake or something? But first, Gail gets over her emotional breakdown at Nathan's intention to have Joe pay him a visit. "I'm doing okay," Gabriel answered, straining to grin so broadly that I felt her skull may literally burst. "I just had a moment of weakness." After placing Gail in Nathan's bed, Aesha remarked, "Go and have cuddles." She remained silent when Nathan asked her what was wrong. Dialogue. This connection will survive for like a day or two beyond this season. Gail later remarked to Nathan, "Shut up," adding, "I still don't really know you." Gail said, "Okay, just show it," after Nathan added, "I love you more and more." Nathan showed Gail how much he loves her by crawling down on his bunk when Joe came in. Meanwhile, Joe is still salivating over Carrie, but says, "I don't even want to go there." Nathan told us that is utter bullshit and said that is what he does. Yep, your bro is a fuckboy. In real love news, Captain Sandy's girlfriend is on the way to visit and either get engaged or reject Captain Sandy on national TV. Aesha is producing this event and shares that they all live in Colorado together, hang out, and compare poop, or at least I assume they would if Aesha had her way. Sandy desires a carefree and uncomplicated moment, such as a dock adorned with flowers that leads to a table displaying a violinist and champagne-filled peach tea, all of which must be impeccable. She states, "All I want is for it to be flawless." So long as you don't have unrealistic expectations for a 5-minute window of time that your group of inept fools will help you arrange, then all is okay. There is an interesting teaser for next week that shows Joe tangles a line in the propeller of the tender. Sandy is looking for a straightforward, carefree moment, something along the lines of a flower-lined dock leading to a table with a pianist and champagne-filled peach tea glasses, and everything has to be perfect. She says, "I just want it to be perfect, really, really perfect." Alright, then, as long as you don't have unrealistic expectations for a 5-minute period of your life that your group of inept fools will help plan. It's thrilling that a teaser for next week reveals Joe tangles a line in the tender's propeller. Since Aesha is clearly over Ellie, which is Aesha's way of saying sarcasm, Ellie is being plainly hostile. Ellie is in her cabin when the supplies arrive, and when she finally managed to bring everything on deck, Aesha remarks, "Oh, thanks for coming up right at the end. We had finished." Ellie tries to help Bri in the cabins, but Aesha screams, "No, just do as I say." Then, seeing that Ellie hasn't cleaned the walls and discovering fingerprints everywhere likely from Joe attempting to stomp on the wood paneling, she contacts Ellie. Aesha is furious that Ellie is ignoring her, but Ellie is also dancing and having fun in the crew mess, which is good to see Ellie not attempting to destroy everyone with her laser eyes. Carrie doesn't mind that Ellie is in charge of her. She says that it's great not to have a lot of responsibilities after her last employment, where she was the chief cook and then the boat owner's wife's caretaker. Whoa. When the visitors arrive, Ian, who had just woken up from a sleep, shocks them all by saying, "Well, I was embarrassed for him and everyone in that interview room because it's the last charter.